Four people on a video call: a CFO, two executives, and a finance clerk at a multinational firm in Hong Kong. The CFO is walking him through a series of urgent wire transfers, 15 of them, totaling $25 million. The finance clerk sends the money. A week later, he calls headquarters to confirm the transactions. Headquarters has no idea what he's talking about. In fact, no one at the company authorized a single one of those transfers. 3 of the 4 people on that call didn't exist. It all started on a normal Tuesday at a massive multinational corporation in Hong Kong. A finance clerk, let's call him Chen, gets an email. It looks completely normal, sent from the company's UK-based chief financial officer. The message is urgent. There's a secret, time-sensitive transaction that needs to be made immediately. Now, in a big company, a request like this, even from the CFO, would usually raise some red flags. Chen was suspicious. He knew the protocols. You don't just wire millions of dollars because an email tells you to. But this is where the story takes a turn from a simple phishing scam into something much more sinister. Before Chen could even think about dismissing the email, his computer pings. It's an invitation to a video conference call. He clicks accept, and a familiar grid of faces pops up on his screen. He sees the CFO, the same one who sent the email, and several other colleagues he recognized from other departments. They all looked and sounded exactly as they should. The CFO, live on camera, acknowledged Chen's caution, but explained that this was a highly confidential deal and they needed to act fast. He gave Chen the order directly: make the transfer. Seeing his boss and his co-workers, hearing their voices, Chen's doubts melted away. He was just a small part of a big, important, secret project. So he did his job. He made the transfer, and then another, and another. Over the course of the day, he made 15 transfers to 5 different Hong Kong bank accounts. The total amount? 200 million Hong Kong dollars. That's 25.6 million US dollars. Gone. It wasn't until a week later, when Chen happened to check in with the corporation's actual headquarters, that he discovered the truth. There was no secret deal, no urgent transaction. The real CFO had no idea what he was talking about.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
The people on that video call, they weren't people at all. Chen had been talking to ghosts. He was the victim of an incredibly sophisticated multi-person deepfake attack. Every single person on that call, except for him, was an AI-generated fabrication. So, how on earth is this possible? How can a computer program pretend to be a group of real people in real time on a live video call? To understand that, we need to talk about what a deepfake actually is. The word itself comes from deep learning, which is a type of AI, and the word fake. At its core, a deepfake is a piece of media, a video, an image, or an audio clip that has been manipulated by an AI to replace someone's likeness with someone else's. Think of it like digital puppetry. The AI is the puppeteer, and it's using a person's face as its puppet. In the early days, just a few years ago, making a deepfake was clunky. You needed thousands of pictures of the target person, a powerful computer, and days or even weeks of processing time. The results were often glitchy. You might see weird artifacts around the face, the eyes might not blink correctly, or the lips wouldn't sync perfectly with the audio. They were cool as a tech demo, but you could usually tell something was off. But the technology has been improving at an explosive rate. The AI models got smarter. They don't need thousands of images anymore. Now, a scammer can create a convincing deepfake with just a handful of photos from a company's website or a person's LinkedIn profile. Or even better, a few minutes of video from a public talk or a news interview. The AI analyzes everything: the way the person's face moves when they talk, how they smile, how they blink, the little tics and expressions that make them unique. It learns the rules of that person's face. Then, it can apply those rules to another video, essentially stretching and warping the target's face over someone else's performance. That's how you get those videos of one actor, seemingly speaking, with another actor's face. But the Hong Kong heist went a step further. This wasn't just a pre-recorded video. This was a live video call. This required not just faking the faces, but faking the voices too. And it had to happen instantly, with no lag. This is the cutting edge of deepfake technology, and it's what makes this crime so terrifying. The scammers likely used what's called a real-time voice cloning model. Just like with the face, the AI listens to a person's voice, maybe from a YouTube video or a podcast. It learns the pitch, the tone, the cadence, the accent. After just a few seconds of audio, it can generate brand new sentences in that person's voice that sound unbelievably real. So the scammer sits in a dark room somewhere, speaks into a microphone, and out comes the CFO's voice on the other end of the line. At the same time, the deepfake video model is capturing the scammer's own facial movements and applying the CFO's face puppet on top of it. When the scammer smiles, the fake CFO smiles. When the scammer talks, the fake CFO's lips move in perfect sync. To Chen, it just looked like a normal team meeting. This introduces a huge problem. We have always been taught to trust our own eyes and ears. Seeing is believing. It's a fundamental part of how we judge reality. If you see your boss on a video call, hear their voice, and watch them give you an instruction, your brain tells you it's real. The entire foundation of trust in digital communication is built on that assumption. But this case shatters that foundation completely. The tools to pull this off are becoming shockingly accessible. A recent report showed that the number of deepfake scams online skyrocketed by nearly 3,000% in just the last year. What was once the domain of Hollywood special effects artists and AI researchers is now being packaged into user-friendly software that criminals can buy on the dark web. It's becoming a service, like scam as a service. You don't even need to be a tech genius anymore. You just need money and bad intentions. So the police in Hong Kong are faced with a nightmare. How do you investigate a crime like this? The bank accounts the money was sent to were likely burner accounts, opened with fake IDs and emptied within minutes. The video call itself? The scammers were probably using layers of VPNs and encrypted services to hide their true location. They could be anywhere in the world. The investigators are left trying to trace digital shadows. They can analyze the deepfake video itself, looking for those tiny, almost invisible artifacts that might give away the software used. But even that is getting harder. The investigation into the $25 million heist is ongoing, but the chances of catching the criminals or recovering the money are slim. The real damage isn't just the financial loss for this one company. The real damage is the new reality this crime has created. It's a world where you can no longer implicitly trust what you see on a screen. Every company, from the smallest startup to the biggest global corporation, is now a potential target. Their employee headshots on their website? That's training data for a scammer. A video of their CEO speaking at a conference? That's the voice sample they need. The climax of this story isn't a single moment, but a slow, dawning horror. It's the moment Chen realized his own senses had been turned against him. It's the moment the security team at the company realized their protocols, built for human deception, were useless against machine deception. And it's the moment all of us have to confront the fact that this technology is out in the wild, and it's not going back in the bottle. This wasn't a one-off genius-level crime that can never be repeated. This was the first major public demonstration of a new business model for criminals. It was a proof of concept, and it worked perfectly. So what happened in Hong Kong was more than just a high-tech bank robbery. It was a warning shot. It proved that AI could be used to impersonate anyone with stunning accuracy in real time. The criminals didn't need guns or masks. They just needed a few audio files and a clever piece of software. They turned an employee's trust into a weapon and walked away with over $25 million without ever stepping foot in the building. This case forces us to ask a deeply uncomfortable question. If we can no longer trust our own eyes and ears on a video call, what can we trust? The era of digital trust is over, and we are all going to have to learn to live in a world where seeing is no longer believing. Did you like exploring AI's scary possibilities? Hit subscribe for more interesting talks. And if you think faking a video is scary, wait until you see how AI can steal your actual identity with just a 3-second clip of your voice.